Welcome back to Touch 'em All Sports Radio. Today is Monday, March 12th. Ethan, it's our first day back after spring break. Ethan, how was your spring break?
It was great. I mean, it was a little bit of a tease. I only went to one class today, but you know how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. So we're back. Daylight savings time is in effect.
Yeah, that was real weird. Whenever I watched the clock go from 2 to 3, and thought, "Oh, I need to go to bed now."
Yeah. It jumped back. There was no 2 o'clock a.m. on Sunday, so it's weird. So we're getting back in the swing of things, though. It's our first episode of March, Ethan. So over the break, there was not a whole lot of action at first, like in the sports world. There wasn't a whole lot, but then
all of a sudden,
sheesh
indeed, it became a landslide of events happening.
Yeah, so much happened.
It looked like the Browns were taking over in like Madden franchise mode, just complete rebuild of everything.
They said, hey, we're gonna make some moves,
and I think most of them were very good moves. I
mean, moves are what they made.
We'll talk about it later, but they got one guy for bag of chips and Snickers bar.
Yeah, they really did. They got a whole lot. Acquired Jarvis Landry
for a fourth and a fifth round pick, or third, something like that. They got him for two really low picks.
Basically, just
stole
him. But Ichiro back with the Mariners.
I really like that move.
That's good. Jake Arrieta to the Phillies.
As a Braves fan, I do not like that move.
That's a little scary. We got to see Jake Arrieta.
Good for the Phillies, but
good. Is it good for the Phillies? We'll talk about that more in depth later on. But
March Madness coming up.
March Madness, like I said, it's the first episode here in the month of March. And Ethan, we've got brackets.
We've got brackets.
Brackets came out yesterday. Selection Sunday was yesterday, and the first games are tomorrow. The first 4 are tomorrow. So that's like the fill-in games. They're tomorrow. But then this first round is March 15th through the 16th. So I feel like it's only appropriate if we dedicate today's entire show, really, to filling out the brackets.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go over a little bit of all the big trades. Then go straight into this because I'm excited.
Big moves. Go ahead and elaborate on the Browns since you love the Browns.
Oh, God, the Browns are the best team to ever live. They got a quarterback in Tyrod Taylor, the guy from the Bills. They went and got a defensive back. I can't remember his name, but I remember seeing a couple videos of him. He seemed to be pretty good, pretty solid guy. And Jarvis Landry, we all know, is a very good player. And he's now with the Browns. So
with that receiving core.
The Browns have Corey Coleman, Josh Gordon, Jarvis Landry. That's a very, very solid
not bad
receiving core out there. They have a guy who can throw a football more than 20 yards in Tyrod Taylor. He's not a bad quarterback. And I mean, what's going to happen once he gets to the Browns is a different question. But he's proven himself to be a decent quarterback in years past, maybe a little bit below average, around that average line. But he's better than the Browns have had in a long time. So hopefully the Browns have a little bit of a turnaround now. And in the baseball world, there's a couple deals. Jake Arrieta to the Phillies, like we said, and Ichiro back to the Mariners, and that's a move I really like.
Mm-hmm. That's
because in his first year with the Mariners, he won Rookie of the Year, MVP, led the league in hits, maybe stolen bases, something like that. I think his rookie year, his first year was amazing. So what do you think he does in his first year back? Meaning that now he's like a little bit over 40.
Ichiro is a very consistent baseball player.
Yeah.
And he's
not going to do anything that's going to make everyone say, "Wow, how did he do that?" But he's going to be
well. In a sense, he is because he's playing at such an age.
He was quoted as saying he's going to play until he's 50 at least.
And I think if there's anyone to do it, it's going to be Ichiro.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
do you think he goes into like a starting role or just a play here and there type of guy?
Probably just I don't know. He was
with the Mariners. You never know.
Yeah, true. Because the Mariners. It's the Mariners. But he's a good pinch hitter. Like if you need like a single in the late innings or like in the 7th inning, and he can be your emergency starter. He's still got it. Ichiro's still got it, for sure. What do you think?
Well, I think a couple weeks ago we talked about how we both thought there were going to be a bunch of really big moves in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
They've made some huge moves this offseason. There usually aren't this many moves, and there were several big ones.
There's been some good things going on. And good gives us something to talk about. We'll talk about there's our friend Mike Perez. So, like I said, people getting involved. Come by the studio, say hello. But
March Madness time. Let's start dancing.
wait, before we fill out the brackets, Tiger's back.
Tiger is back.
Tiger's
he just
back.
Got a second place finish, best he's done since 2013. He was missing a couple putts that King Tiger wouldn't have missed.
But still,
he looked
Tiger's
fantastic
back.
to be the age, through all the surgeries he's been through, all the issues he's gone with legal issues,
off the green issues.
He's been through a lot, and I'm glad to see he's back. He's on the right track. Hopefully he can turn things back around and solidify his name as one of the greatest, if not the greatest golfer of all time.
Yeah, for sure. Tiger's back, and Kevin Harvick in the NASCAR world.
We start talking about NASCAR one time, and then from then on, it's every episode.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick's won 3 in a row.
That's impressive.
3 in a row. So we'll get more in depth with that later, but it is March Madness time.
All right.
It is Bracketology 1101, Ethan, and let's fill out the brackets.
All right, let's start with the first 4, and then go from left side down. Then, typical fill out the bracket.
Yeah,
way.
we'll start off with the first 4 here at the top.
LIU Brooklyn versus Radford. I don't know who either of those teams are, but Radford has a 22-12 record based against a 18-6 record. So I'm gonna go with Radford just based off strength or just based off their record. Maybe they played a bunch of nobodies, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how to research the team whose name I do not even know.
I'm gonna go with Radford as well, so I'll circle them.
All right. Next game is St. Bonaventure, who had a record 25-7, very, very good record, and UCLA went 21-11.
Yeah.
St. Bonaventure sounds like the right choice because they're 25-7, but I'm gonna have to go with UCLA.
UCLA because they play a little bit more tougher teams.
Yeah.
So, a 25-7 record in the American Conference is a little less impressive than 22-11 in UCLA's conference. The next game, NC Central,
Texas Southern. 15-19 against 19-15.
I'm gonna have to take the winning record.
I'm gonna also take the winning record.
That's almost a no-brainer. How does a team like that make that? I don't know.
Arizona State, Syracuse.
Syracuse, no doubt.
I was gonna say Syracuse, but I don't want to agree with everything you say, so I'm gonna go with Arizona State.
Okay, that's fine. You can disagree with me.
All right.
Now we'll start in the South region.
All right.
Virginia and UMBC.
Has there ever been a 16-1 upset? Maybe one or two. It's been a long time. I'm not going to pick any 16-1 upsets. I'm going to go with Virginia.
Not to my knowledge. Are you circling them or writing them?
I'm circling.
For the first round, I'm going to circle because it's kind of hard.
I guess we also need to write them. I didn't. Why is Virginia spelled IA? That's weird. Virginia.
Virginia. That's how you spell it.
That's weird.
That's how you spell it.
Creighton against Kansas State. Creighton, whatever it is, Kansas State. I'm going to go with Kansas State here.
Creighton. Got to go with Creighton. Kyle Korver, an alum from Creighton. Kentucky and Davidson. I'm taking Davidson.
It's hard to go with the 12-5 upset.
I'm taking Davidson.
It's really mixed here. You never know what's going to happen. I'm going to go with Kentucky. Oh, actually, they had a very bad season this year.
Davidson always wins their first-round game.
Davidson.
Going to go with the 12-5 upset. Arizona and Buffalo.
13-4 upset.
As much that went on off the court.
I don't think they do very well. I'm going to go with Buffalo.
I'm going to have to pick Arizona, but they won't make it very much further, I don't think. Miami and Loyola Chicago.
I'm going to go with Miami getting upset here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not bad because Loyola Chicago beat Florida. Don't ask me how I know that, but I do know that. But I'm gonna stick with Miami on that one. Tennessee and Wright State. I'm gonna go with the Vols.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee as well. Texas, Nevada. Not 27-7 record against 19-14.
Yeah, Nevada. I'm gonna go with Nevada.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Texas here.
Ooh.
Georgia State, Cincinnati, 15-2.
I want to pick Georgia State.
I'm gonna pick Georgia State with the upset. They've had a Cinderella season. They just won their championship. I forgot what conference they're in, but I'm gonna have to go with Georgia State here.
So they're in the Sun Belt.
Yeah.
If Georgia State was anything but a 15 seed, I would take them. but it's going up against a 2 seed in Cincinnati. They're 30-4, no matter what conference you're in.
Mercer
30
beat Duke that one year, if you don't recall.
That's very true.
I'm
Very
gonna have to
true.
go. You never know what happens, man.
That's very true.
It's very maddening. All right, do you want to finish the South before we go down to West? What do you want to do here?
No, let's go all the way. Let's go to the West. Let's
All
go.
right,
Let's
so
go
Xavier against NC Central or Texas Southern. Texas Southern.
I'm gonna
Xavier, 1 seed.
Xavier. Yeah, for sure. Missouri and Florida State. That's tough.
FSU. So I'm going to have to go.
Yeah, I also agree. Well, dang it. That's hard. Gosh. Man, okay. Missouri. I'm going to go with Missouri. I'm going to regret that.
Next to 12-5, Ohio State, South Dakota State. South Dakota State is the alumni. They produced Carson Wentz football.
Yeah, but we're playing on hardwood, not grass, so I'm gonna go with Ohio State.
I'm also going with Ohio State.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
12-5, man, you never know.
28-6, South Dakota State.
Yeah, but they're D1AA, so they don't really play the same teams.
True. Gonzaga, a shoe-in every time.
Always.
But UNCG, don't sleep on them. That's a loss right there. I'm willing to take. UNCG is good.
Houston, San Diego State. I'm going with SDSU.
Really?
Upset, 11-6 upset.
Really? Wow. I'm gonna take my safe bet here. Houston. Michigan and Montana.
You know, there's always one crazy upset. I'm gonna pick this to be the one.
You've picked it upset every single time. So
how many times are there? You know, now you can. All right, Michigan.
No. If that's what you want to
I've
pick.
forgotten Michigan winning in every single bracket I have.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Michigan. Texas A&M and Providence. Ooh, SEC basketball is not very strong, so I'm gonna go with Providence.
Sounds good to me.
Providence is who I'm gonna pick. As in this next matchup, as much as I want
Lipscomb to win this, but
it's
another 15-12. You can't bet on the 15-12 every time.
No, you can't. Or the 15-2 rather.
15-2.
I'm gonna go with the Tar Heels.
I already went with Georgia State over Cincinnati. You know.
You've been risky enough. Okay, so we'll go over to the East region. We'll start with number 1 seed Villanova.
Well, there's no reason to pick against Villanova here.
No reason at all. Hats off to LIU Brooklyn and Radford, but
go ahead and hit the showers.
Yeah. Hey, at least you get some cool T-shirts from being in the tournament. Virginia Tech and Alabama. I'm gonna go with the Tide.
I'm gonna go with Virginia Tech here.
Alabama's.
They have a 21-11 record.
Alabama's looked
really
really strong. They've looked really strong.
West Virginia, Murray State. That's another 12-5. I'm gonna have to go with WVU though.
Yep. Go Nears.
Even though Murray State does have a 26-5 record.
Go Nears. Wichita State and Marshall.
I don't know why anyone would ever pick against Wichita State.
Now those guys are crazy when it comes to the tournament time. Crazy. Florida and St.
Or else we picked UCLA to win that game.
We did pick UCLA to win that game, so it'll be Florida and UCLA. Huh. Coin toss. I'm taking my Gators here.
I'm taking UCLA. So that means if St. Bonaventure beats UCLA,
then that's automatic busted.
Automatic loss right there.
Texas Tech and SF Austin.
No reason to pick against TTU.
Texas Tech, Red Raiders, Arkansas, and Butler. I'm taking Butler right here. Purdue and Cal State Fullerton. That's CSU Fullerton. That's right. That's
Cal State. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to go Purdue.
Yeah.
I think Cal State Fullerton could come with an upset if they weren't,
Cal State Fullerton
against Purdue.
Yeah. Kansas and Penn.
No reason to pick anything other than Kansas here.
Seton Hall and
NC State. I'm gonna have to go with NC State in this game.
That's bold. I'm taking Seton Hall.
Clemson, New Mexico State in a 12-5 game.
Clemson. Easy.
Aggies.
Auburn and Charleston. If there's going to be a 13-4 upset, besides maybe UNCG and Gonzaga, it's going to be Auburn and Charleston. But, here's my voice. But I'm going to take Auburn. TCU Who'd you pick with Auburn and Charleston?
I picked Auburn.
TCU, and we picked Syracuse.
I picked Arizona State, and I picked them to win that game.
That's bold. You pick Arizona State to beat TCU?
Yeah, 11-6 upset.
I'm going to take Syracuse.
So both of us have TCU not making it out of the first round.
Yeah,
And
I'm going to take Syracuse, and I'm going to take Michigan State
Yep.
in the next bracket, or the next.
And I got Oklahoma winning the next game.
And a lot of people are going to say, no, Oklahoma's not going to win it. But the reason I'm going to pick Oklahoma to win this one is because I watched the reaction video. Like, you know how, like, they film the team's reaction when they make the tournament?
Syracuse's was pretty wild. And
Syracuse's was pretty wild. But when you watch Oklahoma's and you see Trae Young, like, he just keeps his head down and he shakes his fist. And that's a fire. And I'm going to take Oklahoma, at least winning one game. And Duke is going to win. So
back to the top of the
back
South.
to the top, to the South. The second round, March 17th through the 18th, we have.
Virginia against Kansas State for me in the first round.
And I have Virginia versus Creighton.
No. Obviously, the first rounds can always make it through, but I don't feel like Kansas State's going to be the one to beat them right here. I'm going to have to go with Virginia.
Yeah, I got UVA.
Davidson against Buffalo for me. I'm going to stick with Davidson here.
I'm going to go with
So if
Harrison.
Davidson doesn't get the 12-5 upset, then I'm in a world of hurt.
See, this is where I'm going to change, and Arizona's going to beat Davidson. But that's just me. And the next matchup, Miami versus Tennessee.
I have Loyola Chicago beating Miami. So mine's UT against LC. I'm going to take UT here.
Yeah, I'm also going to have UT.
Now I have Texas against Georgia State.
So I have Nevada and Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's easy pick right there.
Cincy.
But I'm going with the risky move. I'm going to go with Texas.
Ooh. So what is your
Virginia, Davidson, Tennessee, Texas.
I have Virginia, Arizona, Tennessee, and Cincinnati. So we vary there. Moving on to the West. Xavier. I picked Xavier, right?
Yeah.
And you picked Florida State in the second one.
No, Xavier's going to beat Florida State.
I have Xavier in Missouri, but I'm going to go with Xavier.
Ooh, now I actually have a really tough matchup. Gonzaga against Ohio State.
I also have
I'm going to have
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
I'm going to go with the Zags.
Next, I have San Diego State against Michigan.
I have Houston in Michigan.
Michigan there. I don't think the 11 seed's going to make it in the Elite Eight, even though I have a 10 seed in the Elite Eight. I also have a 12 seed in the Elite Eight. I don't know what I'm talking about.
This is the Sweet 16.
Oh.
This is Sweet 16.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, you are right. I am wrong.
Hey, it's okay, man. It's hard.
Extremely.
So Houston and Michigan, you got moving on to the Sweet 16, and then I have Providence and UNC.
I'm gonna have to go in North Carolina here.
Yeah, UNC. So
Villanova against Virginia Tech in the top of the East bracket.
I have Nova and Bama.
Are you feeling an upset here?
No, Nova's gonna win. Nova's a basketball school. Alabama is a football school.
West Virginia against Wichita. Whew, Wichita all the way. That's actually a very hard pick, but I'm gonna have to go with Wichita.
This one's hard. I'm gonna go with Wichita as well.
Next is for me, I have UCLA against Texas Tech. I'm gonna go with Texas Tech.
And see, I have Florida versus Texas Tech, and I think Texas Tech beats them.
As he says, wearing a Florida hoodie.
I am wearing a Florida hoodie. I am a Florida fan, but I think that Texas Tech beats them. There's
Artie, the one who actually gave us these.
Who supplied us the brackets here, our RA. So I have Butler and Purdue.
Purdue's what I have picked to win that game.
I'm taking Purdue.
Down now to the Midwest bracket, I have Kansas against NC State, and I'm going to take Kansas in this game.
I also have Kansas, but I have Seton Hall. It doesn't matter how I spell it because Kansas is moving on.
Next, I have Auburn against New Mexico State.
I have Clemson versus Auburn.
So I'm gonna go with Auburn here.
I'm gonna go with Clemson.
Now, if Arizona State against Michigan State, and
I-
picking Arizona State to win that game, as I already might be messed up because they're one of the first 4 games. I'm not going to pick them to win this because how screwed up my bracket would be based off that. Michigan State.
I have Syracuse, and I have Syracuse and MSU, so I'm taking Michigan State. Syracuse had a good run, but it ends. I have Oklahoma and Duke.
I don't think Oklahoma is going to outlast Duke.
No, Grayson Allen will shank Trae Young or something. So that's our Sweet 16.
Sweet 16's for me looking like, or my Elite 8 rather, is looking Virginia against University of Tennessee.
Really?
Wait. Yeah, I have Virginia against Tennessee in my first part of my Elite 8.
Okay. UVA. I have UVA, University of Virginia, playing Cincinnati. And then, gosh, this one's hard. This is like the 2 top basketball schools, really, like Xavier and Gonzaga. You don't hear about those guys during the fall. It's hard.
I'm going to go with the 4-1 upset. Go with Gonzaga here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Zags.
And then I have North Carolina against Michigan.
Yeah, UNC.
You taking UNC? I'm taking Michigan.
I'm taking UNC. Ooh, wow.
Michigan's a 3 seed, and they have a 28-7 record compared to 25-10. UNC does play a pretty hard schedule, though.
Moving on to the East, we have Villanova versus Wichita. I have Villanova moving on to the Elite 8.
You know, I'm going to go Wichita here.
Really? You're knocking out Villanova?
Knocking them out.
Wow.
Wichita goes wild.
That's very true. But I have Purdue knocking out Texas Tech.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Purdue also.
Moving on. And I have Kansas beating Clemson.
I'm going to have Kansas beating Auburn.
That's hard.
Michigan State.
Auburn's going to make a good run into the tournament. They really are. Michigan State and Duke. Here's my hot take of the day.
I got Duke. Whatever you want to pick, it's up to you. I'm picking Duke.
I got Michigan State.
All right. What's your Elite 8 looking like? Mine is Virginia, Tennessee, Gonzaga, Michigan, Wichita, Purdue, and Kansas Duke.
Virginia, Cincinnati, Gonzaga, North Carolina, Villanova, Purdue, Kansas, and Michigan State.
Very differing brackets here.
Yes. No, I can't. I'm putting Duke.
Bandwagon.
I can't. I just can't. I don't
There's
think.
our friend Colin. How's it going, Colin?
Hello, Colin. I just can't. I don't think the NCAA lets Michigan State make it that far after everything that happened.
Yeah.
I don't think it happens, and that's another reason why I don't think Arizona makes it that far. Louisville, too. They're not even in it. So my Final Four. I'm going to take
Virginia against UT. There's got to be a couple 1 seeds in the Final Four. It always happens. So I'm going to go with Virginia.
I was about to say, if you put Tennessee in the Final Four.
They have a 27% chance of making the Final Four. Saw that stat on Barstool Rocky Sports.
You're
Barstool Rocky Top, rather.
You're living in the moment. Tennessee's not going to make it to the Final Four.
No, I'm taking Virginia, but I'm not saying they have a chance. They have a 2% chance of winning it all.
I'm going to go with Virginia also.
Gonzaga, Michigan.
I have Gonzaga, North Carolina. North Carolina.
Gonzaga.
That's bold.
Duke, Kansas.
Duke, Kansas. Kansas.
Duke. Wichita, Purdue is what I have up here.
I have Nova and Purdue.
I'm going to go with Purdue.
Gosh. You know, you want to have like
A Cinderella
an
story?
oddball off the wall, like an oddball team in the Final Four, like someone that you would.
Because last year was South Carolina.
Last year it was South Carolina. I don't think that's this year. So Villanova's going to win.
I can't wait for there to be 3 games played in my bracket already be busted.
Your Final Four, Ethan, who's it look like? Who you got in Final Four?
I got Virginia, Gonzaga, Virginia against Gonzaga, and Duke versus Purdue.
I have Virginia, North Carolina, Villanova, and Kansas. This one's hard. It's putting me in a predicament.
I'm putting Purdue in my national championship game.
Wow. I'm going to put Villanova. Villanova never lets me down. I say that, and then this year they'll lose to Radford. And I'm going to go with Virginia on the other side.
Yep, got to go with at least one seed.
Okay.
Virginia Purdue is my matchup in the national championship game.
Mine is Virginia and Villanova.
We both ended up with Virginia in the national championship.
Yeah, so at least we've got
what
something.
happens. We have a 31-2 record.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to argue against. I'm gonna go with my national champion, Villanova.
Mine is Virginia.
What's your final score?
97-94.
That's pretty high. I'm gonna go with 82. Crap, Justin. I'm going to go with, Villanova's going to have 83, and Virginia's going to have 79. That's what I got. If you the listeners want to fill out a bracket, we'll tweet out a link. If you want to fill out a bracket, fill it out. Print out a bracket, fill it out, slide it under the studio door here. We'll.
Or if you can find your way into Roberts, come to room 109.
Find one of us on campus. We're out and about usually, but if you can find one of us.
Well, we used to be out and about. It's kind of gotten muggy weather. I usually spend my days cuddled up on my couch.
Yeah. It's March. We just got back from spring break, and it was snowing this morning.
Yeah.
It's like the wind chill is in the 40s. It's absolutely terrible outside, but the sun is shining now. Sun's shining, so that's good. We promise we'll talk about more sports on the next episode. But we filled out our brackets today. That's our priority. We'll have more March Madness watching etiquette on our next episode, and then we'll talk about off-season moves. But like I said, if you've got a bracket and you want to be a part of this,
take a picture.
Take a picture and tweet it
to us
or something.
We'll read all your picks online or on live on the air.
Yeah, and the closest bracket to the actual bracket at the end.
You have a right to come on the show.
We'll give you a prize.
Or you can come on the show.
Come on the show and we'll give you a prize. I'll figure out what the prize is later. But that's the thing. Calling it right now. The Touch 'Em All Sports Radio March Madness. Yeah.
Requirements are there must be at least 5 entrants to be able to participate. Because if there's only one, and you cannot win.
You cannot win by default. You can come on the show if you're the only one to submit one. But yeah, if you're listening right now, submit a bracket. Tweet us a picture of a bracket. Slide a bracket under the studio door. Do something.
And feel free to submit it with a hot take.
Yeah, with a hot take. Tweet us at the show.
Maybe your bracket is a hot take itself. Maybe you have Radford winning it all. Who knows?
Get your bracket to us is the main thing, and the one that matches the actual bracket the closest towards April will get a prize and will come on the show. Ethan, you got anything as we head out on this semi beautiful Monday?
I have to go because I have a flat tire I have to get checked out. So
yeah.
This is goodbye from Ethan.
That is it.
We'll be back Wednesday.
This is Touch 'Em All Sports Radio. We'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget, we want to see your brackets. See you on Wednesday.